We've heard that there are some extraordinary social habits connected with eating in your country. Is this true?
They may seem extraordinary to you. But to us, they are, how say you, small potatoes.
Rowan Atkinson. There is something scientists still cannot fully explain about what happens to people when this man enters a room. Trained actors lose their composure. Professional hosts forget their questions. Decorated comedians forget how to be funny. And Rowan Atkinson just stands there, watching. These are his greatest moments.
It was the story of a friend of mine who went to a party, a housewarming party. This house had just been built. And he'd been invited to it, and he was late. He'd stayed late at work, and he was rushing to this party. He arrived at the party and suddenly realized this is the ultimate toilet joke. But don't retune, please. That he arrived at this party, and he suddenly he was desperate to go to the toilet, and in quite a big way, he needed to go to the toilet. So he went and he came and he burst in the front door of the house, and there was a door by the front door, and he opened that door, and sure enough, it was a toilet. And there was a toilet, and he closed the door, and he locked it, and he sat down, and he relieved himself in the way that, you know, that he needed to relieve himself. And he felt much better for it. And then he realized that the house had not actually been quite completed. And that the toilet was not actually connected. There was no water going in, and there was no drainage coming out. And he'd left this significant calling card of his own. And he sat there, and then he realized that it wasn't, in fact, it wasn't, it was a little office, it was a little study that they just dropped the toilet. It wasn't supposed to be a toilet at all. And because it wasn't supposed to be a toilet, there was no toilet paper. And he was sort of thinking, what the hell am I going to do? And he rummaged around it in his briefcase, and he found some writing paper lying at the bottom of his briefcase, which is about the right size, you know. It's right, sort of. So he used the writing paper as you would wish to use toilet paper, and then he suddenly realized that it was his headed notepaper that he'd used. It had his name, Richard Steiner, written across the top, and he left the paper on top of what he left in the toilet. And it was this fantastic way that it was the least anonymous way you could have committed this heinous social crime. And he picked up his briefcase and he ran out of the house. And he didn't need to send a thank you letter because, you know...
Right, he left it.
In effect, he left his identity. But I thought, dear me, if this doesn't end up in a movie or a TV show, it would be very sad.
Every Hollywood actor has a speech ready. The tears, the thank yous, the agent's name. Rowan Atkinson accepted an award on behalf of someone else, as a character who was furious about it. No gratitude, no grace, just barely contained rage in a tuxedo. The audience had absolutely no idea what they were about to witness when he walked up to that podium.
Winner is... John Daniels. No, shit. Unfortunately, John is unable to be with us tonight, and so I'd like to ask his co-star David Forbert to accept the award on his behalf. David.
Got a bit of a squeaky chair. Oh. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Mind if we swap? Oh dear, I seem to be stuck. No, just joking. All right, I'll sit here.
Oh.
You've got some very squeaky chairs in here.
Well, I'll... Could we get another chair, please?
Could we have another chair, please? These are appalling.
Yes.
There that will do nice, I think so.
Yes. Is that all right?
Well, it's a bit pathetic, actually, but I suppose it'll have to do. Actually, it's quite nice that it's
Most comedians need a premise to be funny. Rowan Atkinson needed a podium, a crowd, and the concept of eternal damnation. What he did with those three things, sorting an entire audience into categories of sinners with the calm efficiency of a hotel receptionist, remains one of the most perfectly constructed comedy moments ever performed live.
I am the devil. Good evening. But you can call me Toby, if you like. We try to keep things informal here, as well as infernal. That's just my little joke. You're all here for eternity, which I hardly need tell you is a heck of a long time. But for now, I'm going to have to divide you up into groups, if that's okay. Can you hear me at the rack? Well, if you'd stop screaming, that would help. Now, murderers. Murderers, over here, please. Thank you very much indeed. Looters and pillagers, over here, please. Thieves, if you could join us. And lawyers, you're in that way. You'd like to come down there. Yes, there's plenty of room. If the hedge fund managers would just move along a tiny bit. There we go.
Jay Leno has hosted thousands of guests on The Tonight Show. He thought handing Rowan Atkinson a trimmer and asking him to shave like Mr. Bean would be a fun segment. A quick laugh, a cute moment. He had no idea he was about to hand a loaded weapon to the one man on earth who knew exactly what to do with it. Live television.
I don't want to put you on the spot here.
Yes. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's in the movie. This is how Mr. Bean shaves. Okay, ready? One shave.
I want to cover all bases.
Yeah, the thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. You know, it's that strange thing of where they go... and of course that means they stare. They stare a lot. And they just look. You're sort of feeling, I wish that person wouldn't stare at me. So, I'd rather just, hold up a flag saying, yes. Yes, it's me. A few years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department. I was standing around with a group of guys, and I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while, and he said, excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean? And I said, well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean. And he said, I bet you wish you were.
Every iconic character has an origin story, but very few origin stories sound like this one. When Rowan Atkinson explained exactly how Mr. Bean came to exist, the specific moment, the specific thought, the specific decision, the interviewer realized they were no longer conducting a promotional interview. They were witnessing a confession.
Do you remember that night?
Yes, I certainly remember the night. It was a one-off. It was a one-night review, and I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I couldn't think of anything, and I'm not really a very diligent writer, so I thought I just stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces, for want of a better term, and I just sort of, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card. Have you got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper of where I would just... Can I stand up? Is that okay? Look, well, I can stand up. I'm standing up. Am I allowed to stand up? And where I can't remember very well now, so this won't be at all funny, but I'll do it anyway.
Great.
I'll do it anyway. Where he came out and the audience were there, as indeed they are here tonight. And I came out just going... Anyway, it was something like that. It was filling a small glass of water.
How about your parents' reaction to your film?
I think they're very happy. I mean, I did stop my career as an electrical engineer which is what I did for 6 years at university. I think I stopped it at such a high degree of qualification. I mean, it's not that I ran away from school at the age of 16 to try and become a star. And I was a Master of Science in engineering and almost Don-like by the time I stopped to do it. So they were perfectly happy that I should try it. They had strange images of what people in show business were like, and how I think my mother in particular had this image of extremely flashy with moustaches that go like this and bow ties that go like that, and people who slip you money like that, and I've met remarkably few of those people.
Yes, that's right.
But actually, I mean, most of the people that I've worked with and do work with on Not the 9 O'Clock News or whatever are actually just like me, just fairly normal guys.
Fairly.